Hey guys, how's it going? Today I want to speak about the subject of who do you attribute the biggest successes in your life to? Well, it really depends on who you are and what you define as success. To me, at least, being successful is being able to put food on your table, have a roof over your head, and be able to also do the things that you like to do in your life and build something out of yourself. Because a lot of people think of success as just monetary, but there's just much more to that. Of course, money, being in the society that we're in, of course, is affected by that. So success usually doesn't often happen if you don't have any money, but there's so many other things to success. You can have successful family, successful hobby career or successful day just because you were able to accomplish all the tasks that you were set out to do for that day. And ultimately, there is going to be that whole thing that if you don't have enough money, you're not going to be able to get to that point. But we'll think about successes as just the fact that you are still alive and healthy, or being able to successfully help someone, just even if it's morally or whatever it is. But in either way, what do I attribute my successes to, and which ones are my biggest? Well, for me, just the fact that, for example, I moved out of my house at the age of 18 as soon as I graduated from high school, and I moved from Europe to America. And it was in order to pursue my passion for theater, acting, filmmaking, all that good stuff. And just the fact that I'm here 19 years later and still being able to make money and to survive and to find happiness and to be able to even produce short little videos or movies and stuff like that is just a blessing in its own way. It took a lot of work. So for me, I think that I can attribute that to the fact that I had a lot of perseverance. Because in this world, I feel that a lot of people actually have a lot of skills, like different set of particular skills that everybody has. And people are just good in different ways, be it painting, be it cooking, be it dancing, be it computers, be it writing, be it driving, be it many things. But I think what a lot of people don't do is they're not able to persevere. They're not able to accomplish it. They're not able to finish something. So I think a lot of people will think, or if they live long enough, they'll be like, hey, this invention or this commercial or this movie, I thought about that. How come that guy managed to do it? Well, guess what? Yes, maybe they might have had some sort of connections or whatever, but what it was the execution. It's kind of like putting your money where your mouth is, you know? Like if you are thinking of something, you basically go all the way and actually do it. Because if you, for example, do movies, if you do short films, well, first of all, you need to write the script. Once you've written the script, you need to cast it. Once it's cast, you need to have equipment. You need to have locations. You need to have actors, or if you're acting in it too, or directors and people working for you. And then once it's done, even once it's done, that's the easy part. Because after that, you have probably way more time that you're dealing with just editing, sound designing, color correcting, special effects, making something cohesive out of maybe the mess that you created while you were shooting, because maybe you guys didn't have enough of a budget or whatever it was, so you're trying to make a story out of whatever you have and making it actually look good and make it presentable. So, and even when it's finally released and it's actually edited, Well, how are you going to release it? YouTube, film festivals, how are you going to share it? Stuff like that. So, that's where it becomes the sort of business, and where any kind of field that you're in is about how you're going to execute it, how longer you're going to take to execute it. Because if you are going to take 5 years to make a 5-minute film, well, there's somebody else who is able to do that in a month or in 2 months or in a week or whatever it is, because they're just dedicating more time to it. So yes, there's the perseverance, but there's also the way that you execute things. So I think that anybody who's successful is able to put in the amount of time, the amount of hours. It's kind of like bodybuilding, for example. A lot of women, for example, they think that they don't want to do any bodybuilding or anything because they think that all of a sudden they're going to have really big muscles on their arms. But just from experience, because I do go to the gym and all that stuff, it's not because you do once a couple of push-ups that all of a sudden your muscles are going to be huge. You have to be doing it at least a couple times a week, and actually seriously, and not just chatting to people in the gym, in order to see gains. Of course, in the beginning, you're going to see a little bit more gains, because if you're really out of shape, you're out of shape, and the body activates itself pretty fast. But if you really want to hit that bodybuilder status and stuff, well, you better work your butt off. And it kind of goes that way with success. Yeah, I mean, you can go from zero to having a job, like a minimum wage job, or you can go to zero to having an even okay wage job. But then what are you? You're part of a company, and within a company, you're just working for somebody else who's making a lot more money than you. And yeah, you need to start, and it's cool to have a bit of experience, but at some point, well, either you're working for someone or you become the boss and people are working for you. Otherwise, basically, you can't get that elite status. So yeah, you can get to the, hey, I'm surviving level, or I'm okay, comfortable level. But if you really want to have crazy success, like people think of Lamborghinis and boats and all that stuff, well, you better be willing to put in your 12, 16 hours a day for 6, 8, maybe 10 years. And then later on, you're able to, probably even after 2, 3 years, you're starting to be able to delegate stuff to other people that you don't want to deal with. So you spend some of that extra money that you're earning, and you're able to hire people so that you don't have to do the things that you don't like in some way, but it does take time. And definitely it really depends on what you see as success. If you see success as, okay, I got money in my bank account, I got food on my table, I got a roof over my head, and I'm comfortable that way, I'm able to relax on the weekends, but just got to do a little bit of work, my 30, 40 hours a week at the office, and that's enough. Well, if that's your success, sure, I can attribute that to you. That's great. But I think most people, once they get to that level, you want more, because you want more out of life, right? Otherwise, what's the point? It's about growing, it's about learning, it's about getting new skills, it's about persevering, it's about also falling down, failing sometimes, but using that knowledge that you have, or at least that worth that you've given yourself through years of work and success that you've had in your past, and then you're able to have many, many successes. But yes, definitely successes can be as simple as cooking a dish that's wonderful, to owning a boat, if that's what you fancy having. I don't care about that, but some people do. So I attribute my success to being perseverant, and also to eventually being able to execute it properly, being able to use my time wisely, find the time to relax, but also the time where I need to really say, hey, I started this, I got to end it. It's got to happen by this date. Set yourself a deadline, otherwise it's not going to happen. Okay, that's it. That's all I have to say on the subject. Have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.